Good evening, good evening, good evening, my beautiful Facebook friends and family. It's Roberta coming to you from late at night. I just decided that I wanted to come outside before the night was over and celebrate the final full moon of 2020. A very special full moon because it also represents the ending of a decade of our decade coming up here. And I just wanted to take some time to reflect. It's been a beautiful day. So many different things I participated in today to celebrate the full moon tonight. I did an activation or like a purification this morning. I also did, with Access Consciousness, I did an ESC, which stands for Energetic Synthesis of Communion. I participated or I'm listening to a sound bowl healing that my beautiful sister Alma did tonight, all the way from Hawaii. And then I participated in an activation tonight with another mentor of mine from Australia. And so now I'm just sitting here outside. The house is quiet, everyone's asleep, and I just wanted to be here and just kind of reflect on the day, reflect on the year as we come to the end of 2020. Wow, what a year it has been. So rocky and crazy, and not even just because of the COVID-19, which I know for a lot of people this has been a very difficult time, and it has been for, I don't want to say it's been difficult for us, but it hasn't been without COVID touching our family, being close to, not necessarily my family, but it hasn't been where there haven't been people that I know that have been touched by it. And so, and still, one of the things that I've really had to learn this year, that I was blessed to learn this year, was really having faith, trust, and allowance, knowing that whatever happens because that's what is meant to happen for the greater benefit of all, and trusting that, just trusting. And I know that might be hard for some people to hear. I'm not claiming that, if there was something difficult that came my way, that I would be completely fine with it, but there's just something that I'm learning and getting around just trusting that everything happens as it should be. And as I reflect on this year, I know I've shared with you guys on Facebook lives before, there have been some really great moments, there have been some really challenging, uncomfortable moments, some that felt like they were pretty devastating, a lot of shifting and changing in my relationships, losing people, gaining people, challenging everything that I've ever believed, literally having everything that I've ever believed about myself, about my life, about the world around me, about my reality, being brought into question, being challenged, and having to give up just about everything that I've ever believed in order to create the space to start new and create what would actually create a greater future, more possibility within my life. And man, that journey has not been easy. And yet, as I reflect here, as we near the end of our year, I'm just in so much gratitude for everything that has transpired, all the beautiful things, all the awarenesses, everything, and even, honestly, even all the hurting, all the pain, all the sadness, all of it. I'm just so grateful and in so much gratitude for it. Oh, Alma, my beautiful sister. I am in so much gratitude. I know I've told you before, Alma, but again, I cannot express my gratitude to you for the role that you've played, and really, man, some of my biggest breakthroughs, especially recently, have just transformed my life. And I just want to thank you so much for being the space, and the space of allowance and healing, no judgment. Thank you. And I want to express that thanks also to all of you guys, my Facebook friends and family, whether you realize it or not. I've shared this, I've said it before, that just being in the energy of you. There are some of you again that have reached out to me, especially my goddess sisters, just fully supported, and being able to be aware and present to that full support instead of falling into my old stories of how I was alone. So I'm so grateful. And again, as I sit here in this beautiful chilly night, by the way, I'm wearing my beautiful robe that our son Colin gave me for Christmas. It was pretty cool, and I love it. I wear it all the time. And since it's chilly out here, I'm wearing it tonight to just be outside. And I wanted to show you guys the moon. Let me see if I can get it. Let's see. Look at that moon. So beautiful. So beautiful. I love it. So again, just taking some time, and I encourage you all to take some time to just, yes, we can focus on the difficult parts, and we learn from them. We're thankful for them. And what was amazing that transpired this year as well. There's so many gifts if we are just willing to look, see, and acknowledge them. There are so many gifts that this year brought. It honestly was, personally, my best year ever. So many blessings, so many miracles. And I need to put my glasses on so I can see what Alma is saying. Oh, thank you, Alma. Thank you. Yes, I have been so committed. And it's funny because it's one of the conversations I've had with Alma and also with my husband. I was talking, and I know I've shared this in live posts before, but it's amazing how the universe gives us what we ask for. I've asked to let go of everything that was holding me back. And, in order to process and move through things, you have to be aware of them. And so, man, so many things had come up this year, so many things. And, I know Alma knows, she's been one of my mentors during this process, and she's, thank you. She's seen me at my ugliest. I thank her because there were so many times where my anger came out, which I don't usually show to people. And it seemed like it was directed at her, and she was just beautiful, and just held the space knowing that it was not intentionally meant at her, and just allowed me to be with the feelings so that I could move through them and grow through them. So I have so many stories that I know I have to share. There's, especially in these last few months, it got really intense, and so actually it feels like it's been really I wanted to say since October, but it even started back in August. Just the whole year has just been full of so many moments that, man, kicked my ass. And thankfully I was able to find my way through it and get to the beautiful blessings and miracles that came out of it. But that I'm sharing that because I've been receiving awarenesses or messages, however you want to look at it, of where my work is headed to now, because I haven't really known. Even though I thought I knew where I was supposed to go, I realized I still was so lost. I felt lost about what I was meant to do. But I do get that part of what I'm supposed to do is I'm getting that my work, which is a mix-up and mash-up of a lot of different things that I've learned over the past year and a half. But my work is required out there in the world. I'm required out there in the world to help others facilitate and find and tap into their own healing. So I'm going to be looking at how I'm doing that. And, originally I was using that as a business to earn income, and I've been getting that that's not my focus. I will be open to receiving donations for the work that I'm doing. However, the importance and what the focus is getting my work out there in the world. So I'll be sharing more about that in other posts as I receive more downloads and information around how this is meant to work, because I'm not fully sure what that picture looks like. I've also been getting that I am meant to start a blog, and a private group to really delve into some of those stories that I can share with people that maybe will help them to see some openings for actions for themselves, or also just invite them to reach out to me so that I can work with them and help them to tap into their inner power and their own ability to heal themselves. So I can just help to awaken that for them. So I'm looking into that. And I've also, interestingly enough, and this might be a little TMI, but you know what? Raw and real, here I am. But I was using the facilities, I believe it was this morning or yesterday morning, and literally I know I've been told by several different people that I should write a book. And all of a sudden, as I was sitting there on the toilet, I all of a sudden heard writing a book, and literally I could see the first chapter starting to come. So just so many different things are coming to me. It's exciting. It's a little bit overwhelming. I've also been feeling a lot of shifting in my body to some of the work that I've been doing. I've been doing some work with Oracle Girl. I don't know if any of you have heard of her, but just a lot of purification tracks around shifting and dismantling and transmuting a lot of the beliefs that we have that tie us to this reality, which is why I talk a lot about going beyond reality. And so I encourage you, if you have any questions about that, I'd love to connect you. The more of us that are working together to transmute and to shift and change our realities and the energies and our frequencies, just creates for a greater world that creates more connectedness, togetherness, and love and affection and affinity for each other. So, I'm not perfect. I still have things to work through. I still have, I still hold on to some of my resentments and my hurts, and I'm still working through those. However, I'm committed to working through those and releasing those because I do want to be a stand for a different possibility in our world, for a world of love and connectedness and working together. So, just so many thoughts. I'm probably all over the place, but I just wanted to share that these are some of the reflections that I've been having for the last couple of days as I'm just being made aware of where my shifting of my life is going. So I invite you guys to just, be on the lookout. I invite you to continue to watch my page as I share and start to roll out some of these things that I'm being guided to do. And if you know of anyone that can benefit from either my stories or the work that I do, again, I will be doing this on a donation basis because, again, it's more important that the work gets out there versus getting the money. However, I'm open to the gifts as I'm willing to receive the abundance as well. So thank you, everyone, for sharing in my journey. My shifting when I decided to step forward into stepping into me instead of all the roles I thought I was around this time of last year, around Christmas, even starting at Thanksgiving. But it's a full circle, and again, the end of a decade, which again has been me healing myself, but it hasn't been as intense as it has been recently. But for me, it's a celebration. It's a celebration of a decade coming to a close, of this chapter of this old me coming to a close and stepping into this new reality, going beyond this reality and creating a new one. So I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for what's gonna transpire. I don't know what it looks like, and I'm open and ready to receive and excited for what's to come. So those are my reflections as I sit here tonight under this beautiful moon in nature, listening to the sounds, smelling the smells, just being in gratitude and feeling alive and happy. So I thank you all for sharing with me, and I invite you even if you're replaying on this, if you're listening to the replay of this live, I invite you to hashtag replay so that others can also hear about this in case that they're being called to listen to what I've shared. And I invite you guys to look at what were the blessings that this year brought. What is there that, I know that there were things that happens and hurts maybe that came up, struggles, and are you ready and willing to let those go and transmute the energies of those into something greater, into the blessings that they're meant to bring? And what are you bringing into this new year, into this new decade, into this new reality? I invite you to share. And again, if there's a conversation that you want to have, please reach out to me. I am open to connecting with you and holding the space for you to create this new reality. All right. I love you guys. It's a little chilly. I'm loving it though. I'm really, really loving this chilliness, but I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight so that I can just sit here for a little bit longer and just being present before I go to bed. So I love you guys. Good night.